kind of put on social media and get out there and try to help. But basically, and this is a nonpartisan assessment of something that you might have heard with a stupid spin on it, which is a human thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just say that dogs don't give a crap who you vote for, but they love kibbles.
They love kibble.
And they love running.
Yeah, and they do.
And they love not living in crates.
They do.
And not getting kicked.
Yes.
So the organization is called KSAR, which I wore the shirt before the break.
You did.
It stands for Kabul Small Animal Rescue. There is a young woman who is an American from Tennessee, and her name is Charlotte Maxwell Jones. And she was in Afghanistan, in Kabul, up to and leading up to the evacuation of the U.S. military from that region.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is people had to leave so quickly, and they weren't allowed to bring their pets with them.
Right.
So she took in all these pets. Right now she has over 300 dogs. I don't know how many cats. She has peacocks. She's got tortoises that were abandoned at the Canadian embassy, and I thought Canadians were cool. Apparently the embassy dwellers don't love their turtles. Tortoises. God. The biologists are mad about that. You can't call a turtle and a tortoise the same thing.
I'll never trust a Canadian again.
But my point is they have all of this stuff. It's the middle of winter now in Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
It's snowing, it's cold. They're canceling cargo planes.
Yep.
The pet food quality is low, and it's about 3 times what we would pay for it normally.
Yep.
And so there's she's in her organization. They have a GoFundMe, and we can put it in the show notes, or you can just go to the Kabul KABUL Small Animal Rescue site on either Facebook or Instagram, and there's links to the GoFundMe there. They're trying to raise $400,000. That's how much they need to fly out 300 or more of the dogs, where they're going to go to Dubai, I believe. And then they'll take charter flights to Vancouver, where they have to quarantine for 30 days.
Right.
And then after that, the ones whose families are in the North America, they're going to get reunited with their families.
Right on.
And the other ones that they've just, because they've taken any dog that people bring to them, the other ones will get, adopted out either in Canada or in the United States.
That's like one of those things like nobody thinks about.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I mean, seriously, those dogs at the airport and all that kind of stuff. I mean, dude, I can't imagine having to leave my animals behind and flee a country and just never see them again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's horrible. And it's horrible for the dogs and for the animals.
Well, let me add this about Charlotte. She actually made it to the airport in Kabul to fly out before the August 31st deadline with a bunch of dogs. And they sat for a week at the airport. How they lived at the airport on the tarmac in a hangar for a week, I don't know. I have questions about facilities, taking showers, eating. Apparently they had a lot of support from a lot of people there, but at the end of the day, they weren't allowed to get on a plane with the animals.
Right.
And she elected to not go. She stayed.
Savage.
She stayed. And there's an interview on the website that she did a couple of weeks ago with a British journalist where she kind of talks about the story. But her and all the dogs were at the airport when the suicide bomber killed over 100 people.
Yep.
And then basically at the end, they weren't allowed to bring trucks in to take the dogs back. So they just let all the dogs go at the airport, and she was allowed to take one puppy with a gimpy arm out with her. And she still has that puppy. It's not a puppy anymore. It's a big dog. And they've been able to go back to the airport since then. It's been several months now.
Right.
And they've re-rescued or recaptured most of the dogs that were let out. So there were a minimum number of fatalities during the thing, but there's an opportunity if everyone chips in to be able to fly out over 300 animals, reunite them with their families, or get them into safe homes where they have good food. It's not freezing cold. The electricity's not going out from time to time. And they're at 270,000 of the 400,000 as of right before this. 130,000 is not that much. That's not that many people that can chip in just $5, right?
Right.
And
it's a great cause.
Yeah,
it's a great cause.
Yeah, she had 150 dogs at the airport, waited for a week, and then they got left. So I'll just say it's Kabul Small Animal Rescue. The young woman's name is Charlotte Maxwell Jones, and they have a GoFundMe that you can find on any social media account. And if you're on Twitter, because you're not on the other ones, search for the hashtag flowers for KSAR.
Yeah.
Hashtag flowers, the number 4 KSAR. And you'll see a bunch of cool pictures of animals with flowers kind of sending their love and support over there while they're waiting for all of this stuff to happen. And the GoFundMe link is there. So
nice. Appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah, give us a shout if